Hello there, this is Sword, and today we're taking a look at the ND earphone ND Planet IM. It's a 12 millimeter beryllium single dynamic driver. It's affordable. It's budget. It's really well priced, honestly. Yeah, 18 bucks. That's pretty good. I've seen it around like 10, 15 bucks, around 20 bucks. I think it's a good price. Anyways, let's take a closer look at it. As always, thoughts and opinions are my own. ND Earphone did send this out for review. They didn't say anything. They have no idea what I'm filming right now. Um, but yeah, let's get on with it. All right. So for like unboxing and stuff, it's honestly pretty minimalistic. But again, we're $20 price range, so like KZ lower end stuff. It's not a big box, just a little tiny box. It's got a set of ear tips that are like wide bore. They're actually pretty wide open, but they're actually not that bad. I found them pretty comfortable. Um, I got the transparent blue version. There's a transparent black that they say on the box, but it's red. And that's on here. Yeah, so that's the red version. It's similar to this, just I think it looks like the shell's a bit darker and it's red instead of blue. There is a mic version and a no mic version. I opted for the no mic version. And then with those options, there's also Type C or 3.5 mil. Uh, yeah, but basic unboxing, just tip or the IMs themselves, the cable, and the set of tips. But the cable, it's to be expected at this lower kind of price range. It's not great. It's okay. I would definitely suggest replacing it out to something that's more comfortable or doesn't do whatever it wants. If you do get a pair of these, you don't have to, of course. I just wish it was a bit nicer. As for the IEMs themselves, just they're, oh, they're really cool. They're just a clear plastic dome, normal IEM shape, and then they got the little blue cover that goes over top of the driver. It looks like so it looks like a planet, and that's it. You got your driver, you got your nozzle there, and then you got your grill. Very basic, very simple stuff. I'm always a fan of clear. I like being able to see the inside of my IMs and know what's going on in there. And you can see the soldering, you can see the wires, you can see the driver. It's good. Uh, like build quality is fine. It's if you threw these on the ground hard enough, I'm sure that they would break. But well, most IMs would. But I don't know. They don't feel like the strongest IMs that I've held, especially at like this price point. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it for the build and stuff. As for sound, these are quite warm for sound. I'm a big fan, which I didn't expect to be. If you've watched many of my videos or seen my reviews with ND earphone stuff, usually there's always a region that I find is like, I don't like that, or I do like it, but I know other people don't. Usually their upper end, the treble is really sibilant or like just on that verge of like, I know I can handle it, but I know a lot of people hear it and be like, no, that is fatiguing. That is awful. These are nice. I like this. I would say in kind of a slow turn of events, the treble's probably not necessarily the treble, but the air, the higher upper end is kind of the weaker aspect of this one. But if we start with the bass section, sub bass is good. Sub bass could be maybe a little more pronounced. There's a little. I got the laugh over here. Hold on. I, I don't necessarily hear it for the sub bass with it being up like that. I hear more mid bass. I wish there was a little bit more punch, I guess, with that sub bass, like just a little more, little more meat. But as it is, it is warm, and that is something that I don't miss on a lot of my tracks. Just on some with like a bit more sub bass stuff. And I wish there was a little bit more push there. As for the mid bass, surprisingly clean. It's warm, but there's no mud. There's nothing pulling it under. It's actually quite clear mid bass. Very easy to discern, hear, pick apart instruments and stuff. That don't really have any complaints there. Mids are good. I like vocals across both sides. Guitars have a good grit to them, like metal guitars and stuff. It's a good. I I don't have a lot really, especially considering the price range to say I don't like about this. The treble is pretty good. That's where it kind of dips off a little bit. You can see there's a little scooper right before it gets to the 8K with the resonance for the couplers there, and it's a little bit funky regardless. But treble for the most part, like lower treble's good, but the upper treble with the cymbals, like you can make out the cymbal hit, but the cymbal like sizzle, that lovely sound after the cymbal, that crashy noise. It's just muted. It gets a little bit overpowered, but again, it's not muddy from the mid bass. That doesn't sound like it's drowning anything else out. It's just kind of not fair. Yeah, and then for like air, there's not a whole lot of air. It kind of dips down, and you can really hear that. And again, like that's kind of where like the cymbals, all everything just kind of is gone, which is fine. It makes it so it's really not a fatiguing listen. You could listen to it for quite a long time. It's warm. It's nice to listen to. Vocals, male and female, across different genres, I found were great. I really like the sonic capabilities of the set, especially for $20. As for the technicalities, it's a $20 set. It's not going to be good anywhere, right? Well, detail retrieval, not the greatest. And I think partially because of the upper treble and air just kind of dropping off. There's a little bit of a just pull away, but it's clear. And you can actually make out quite a few things. It's not a set that you're going to put on and be like, oh, I've never heard that before, but you should be able to hear most things that you know are going to be a song. And like the little details that you've heard before that you're like, I know that's supposed to be there. Oh, yeah, it's there. That happened a bunch on this set. So details, good, but could be better, but you're not treble boosting everything to get every little out. So that's good. As for imaging, it's okay. $20 budget set kind of has the lower end imaging. It's not pinpoint. It's vague. Everything's where it should be, but it's just not there. It's just got a little bit of roundness to everything. As for Soundstage, the Soundstage makes these special. This is actually kind of impressive for me for the Soundstage at this price point. Orchestral and slower music is just quite huge on it. And there's really good like layering of where the spaces are for instruments. Like you can on much more expensive sets, you can really hear like where everything sits in them. quite well with these. Yeah, large, it's wide, it's got height to it. If you really want something that's for soundstage, you want something to sound big, you want that cathedral reverb to just carry on for quite a while. These really pull that off, which is kind of surprising. A $20 set. Big fan. As for comparisons, $20. I don't have a lot of other sets that come to mind that are at this level at that price point. My default kind of recommendation for cheap, I want to get into IEMs or I just want a cheap IEM as a feeder or something has always been, well, not always been, but for the last long time has been the KZ EDX Pro X. These are, I would say, a slight upgrade to the EDX Pro X. It removes a bit of the muddiness and the like harshness that the EDX Pro X have. It's better clarity. There's the like heavy tracks with a lot of stuff going on aren't as congested on this. It's 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 good. I would maybe think of the RT R1, the 3 dynamic driver set. I think this is actually pretty similar to that sound, but maybe not as boomy in the bass, which I for me is a good thing. I think this plays metal better than what the RDR1 does, and has maybe a better punch to it at $20 versus 100 something, I think, for the R1. So yeah, overall, I think it's a great value. I'm just gonna take a look at some graphs. So we can look at, yeah, if we compare it to the Pro X, it's graphs fairly similar up until like your treble and upper mids and stuff. Um, but yeah, I would honestly say that the bass, the low end on this is a lot more clear and a lot more tactile than what the EDX Pro X is. And actually, yeah, there we go. If we compare it to the R1 from Artie, it's pretty similar up until you get to the upper mids and like treble and stuff. And I feel that. I do feel the R1 does have a bit more air to it. I feel like these graphs similar to how they sound. But yeah, overall, like $20, I think it's a good set. For gaming, probably not competitive stuff, just because of the imaging's not that great. But for single player, like RPGs, more atmospheric stuff, even like turn-based games with lots of dialogue and stuff, these are really good. I do like them for that. I'd probably recommend these for gaming. Not so much competitively. Yeah. Overall, indie earphone, indie planet, about $20. I think they did a really good job. I'm surprised a little bit. I just because I've had all the other sets have been a little bit niche in their tunings, in my opinion. I think this one's kind of an all rounder, and I think they did a really good job. And soundstage, it's so good. But yeah, I think that's it for the review. I hope everyone has a great day and happy listening. Peace.